All right, what's going on, guys? Eric here, Travel Trader. We're going to go ahead and get into this review of last week's trades. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to review the week before's trades, but you guys got all the results posted in the Facebook group, so go check that out if you want. But I'm going to just touch on last week's trades here. Not too big of a, week to cap off the end of the month there in July, but green is green, right? So ended up short with about just a little under 4,000, sorry, just a little over $4,000 last week. Not my best week, but also not too shabby. So let's just kind of review these trades here. It's pretty much averaged out to about $1,000, a day for each one of those trades. 'Cause I didn't trade on Tuesday, but let's go ahead and take a look and jump into them real quick here. So Redbox was the first one I trade. Got the little alert, pulled up the chart, looked at the setup, planning my entry and exit. And let's take a look at what we got with that bad boy here, okay? I'll try to walk you guys through my thought process on that one. So again, that one's on the 25th, and you know me, I trade on the minute. Let me get off of this here. It's in the hour. Sorry, it was on the time frame. I was just kind of doing some research here with the watch list for you guys, which I gotta finish wrapping up here in a moment. But let's take a look real quick. We'll go back to the 25th. All right, this was the 25th. To kick off the week, red box made me green. So pretty much, we got that little alert. My average entry in there, I believe that one was like $4.58 when I got in that one. So it wasn't too, it wasn't like the best entry, but if you look at this, you know, at the point of when I got in was, during the little dip here, okay, when it started to pull back. So, getting in at, right after the bell, I didn't want to chase. It was just, too crazy. It's the opening bell. You know me, guys, I'm really cautious, especially in the first few minutes into opening bell. I usually like to wait for some setups. But I remember on Monday, I believe that was like the only thing that was showing some type of potential. So for me, when it began to, pull back like this right here, closer to the VWAP, you guys know me, I'm, big stickler, for the VWAP. When you get closer to that point there, I decided to get into it. And just kind of measured my risk. I was okay with needing to take a small loss if I needed to. So that was perfectly fine. But getting in right in there was pretty decent for me. You know because I seen that little green bar there. It kind of set the little confirmation for me when I seen it bounce right here. Because I think around this point is where I got in. All right. When it touched the exponential moving average and the volume weighted average price, and I seen it bounce up like that, I said, okay, you know what? At this point, I'll go ahead and take that risk. If it does dump on me, that's fine. But, worst case scenario, it could go the other way, which it did. So this was a pretty good entry point at this point here for me. So if you look at if you look left here, not much activity, right? So even then, at this point, if I'm getting that alert, which let me see if I can pull it up here, trying to go back to that date without taking up too much of you guys' time. Like I said, I want this to be a quick video because it's getting late and market opens pretty soon, so I need to get a little bit of rest before the Monday kicks off, and then probably get some rest throughout the day. But the reason why I had got in there was because of that bounce on the volume weighted average price and the exponential moving average. To me, that's always a good point to be able to enter if I can. If I catch the trade early enough or catch the alert early enough. And this one I just happened to catch it early because it was like one of the only ones moving, during that time. So let me pull it up here real quick. The 25th. Just trying to scroll through. There it is. All right. So let me scroll up. So yeah, so that morning we had like, GOVS on watch, Ziggo was on watch, but I didn't, get up early enough pre-market to watch any of that. But then Red Volume, Redbox had a spike, with no news, and it was, and you guys already know that Redbox is always on, Wall Street bets. It's a short squeeze, social short. So obviously that's pretty much going to be the catalyst there. Not much news. It's Redbox, obviously, so no offense, Redbox, but yeah, I'm not in college anymore. But anyways, so yeah, got in there 450. I was willing to risk drop it down. It dropping down to maybe 350, maybe $3. That's a one. That's like a dollar and 150 cent risk there. So it's not shabby for me. But anyways, the trade happened to go right. I let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. It bounced, continue to bounce, continue to bounce. What even, gave me more confidence was the fact that the simple moving average was turning up as well too. So once this begins to, converge and coming together, like pretty much like right about in this place, I know that buying action is starting to slow down. Okay. And at that point, You can either wait for, more, you know, turns in the exponential moving average or simple moving average, or you can just take your profits. Usually at that point, that's when you want to decide that. Now, when you zoom out, if you see here, like you see how the simple moving average right here, which is this red line, is coming into converse with the exponential moving average, and that's when you know the buying power is starting to slow down. Also look here, your moving average convergence divergence is doing that because of course as well too that it's starting to roll over. All right. So action is slowing down, shorts are getting there, sell orders executed and all that good stuff, which is of course is, natural part of the movement because it's not going to go straight up. But if you're seeing support coming here, key part is watching this right here. For me, I was waiting for that to, see if it breaks, and then I probably would have took profit. And even at this point, I'm up a lot. If you look at where the entry to exit is from when I entered, that's not a bad profit to take. But it tested the waters, rejected, still bullish. So therefore, I'm still going to go ahead and hold this thing, and then eventually, I'm just going to let loose because at this time, it's the middle of the day. I don't, it's pretty much lunch hour. I'm not going to be too greedy to start the week off. You guys know greed will kill you, and obviously this is no different. But of course, again, next morning, it popped up again a little bit more. I didn't play it twice, but for those of you who did, kudos to you. I wasn't up that early in pre-market, but anyways, that was Redbox trade there. Made about $1,000 off of that trade. Not too shabby. All right, Tuesday I didn't trade. The next trade I took after that was PGY. You guys know PGY was just wild. Okay. Um, this thing I got in this one real late. I completely missed that alert. I mean, I can't even front there, guys. I don't know what I was doing that day on Wednesday. I was all out of sorts. But anyways, let me low, lower this up. These things look crazy. TradingView just be tripping. TradingView's doing like a lot of updates right now, and it's just honestly making me mad. um, Not just them. I mean, there's all these brokers. I don't know if they're doing this because the market's changing or whatever, but I don't know. Anyways, let's go here. We need to get on to the 27th because that's when I did the trade, which is pretty much this day here. So we can analyze that. Now, again, guys, I'm waiting for these setups to get here. There's nothing special that I'm doing. There's no magic trick. I'm not, you guys see for yourself firsthand, I'm not getting in these trades when they first get alerted. I'm looking at them when they are alerted, and then I'm just waiting for my setup. Okay, I'm not chasing the alerts. Oh, it's at a new high. Okay, go get it. No, that's dumb. I'm telling you not to do that. I mean, you can if you want. If that's how you trade, if you're a scalper and you can do all that, perfect. Kudos to you. But majority of you guys who aren't and you're new traders, you'll end up losing your money. So don't do that. Okay, I want you making money. All right, anyways, I got in at 21.15 here, and this was like a little bit after open bell. I pretty much, was waiting for the rise up on this one. So I remember on this trade here, I didn't really like kind of sit on it too long because of the fact that it was over the $20 limit. So I have my price limit of when of the trades that I want to take, guys. Like, once I get to like, $20, I start to kind of dial back unless I'm feeling really, really confident about the trade, and I look for other factors that I go over with you guys in the course that I look for when I'm in the trades. But yeah. Anyways, got in this thing at the $21 level when it started to curl up right there, and then I kind of just rolled that pop. It was kind of simple. I kind of cheated with this one. I knew that where it was at in my entry, and looking at level two, I saw buy orders coming in too. So I just kind of rode that little wave up, and the squeeze pro indicator, right there was kind of showing me that that's starting to go up as well too. The relative strength index showed me that it was peaking up too, which is good. So I said, let me just go ahead and get a little bit of that and just get on out. So that was a pretty quick trade for me. Um, on the 27 with PGY. So I'm not going to be, too extensive on that one. It was just, I made like 1,300 bucks on there. This was only like a 3% gain, I believe, guys. I didn't really, no, this was like a 5% gain for me. So I didn't really, get high of a percentage gain. It wasn't like the most perfect trade. And you guys have noticed, like in my trades, like if you notice, like the bigger the dollar amount the trade is, the more cautious I am with taking my money there because it's going to take a lot more for it to move percentage wise. You know what I mean? So I'm really cautious there. I'm going in heavy with a lot of shares, but I'm also taking my profits quickly. Okay. And this was no different. I only had like a 5% gain on here. But if you look at my other trades the rest of the week, like I mean, Redbox was, almost a 22% gain for me there. Siga was, kind of the same one as this one with PGY, and I'll show you here in a second because that's going to be the next trade that I kind of review with you. And you guys can go see the receipts are in the Facebook group. I put it in there for a reason. Just trying to keep things simple and not have this a whole platform all that stuff and charge you guys money for that because I want you to see this stuff firsthand. As cheaply as possible for those of you who want to learn. The rest of you guys want to gamble, have fun, but for those of you that want to learn, it's there for you. So let's look at the 28th, and I'll show you how this one was the same thing with Siga. And yeah, I may have took profits too early on this one, but again, it was almost look at my entry, guys. I was in there at like $21.17. Okay, this thing only went up to like $22. So, and that's no fault of the stock or anything like that. I mean, it's just something that you'll recognize as a trader. But me getting in at $21.17, in this area here, let me pull this up here because I kind of jumped in at this dip. This is what I was waiting on that little pullback. All right, and I remember seeing this because we were talking about it in the chat room. It just kept rising and rising and rising. I'm like, man, this thing is just not. This was an all day move on the 28th, and I sat there all day waiting for this thing to end. And I took my profits like right at the end. But you can see there, that's not much of a gain percentage wise. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. And that's why I just said I just took profits early, but it wasn't much happening on Wednesday anyways because the Feds did another rate hike, which kept everything sideways. So, but yeah, that's SIGA, guys. SIGA was basically SIJ was basically a trend trade. This was not a momentum trade at all. You could tell it was a trend trade because the trend never broke at any point in time. Look at this. You got all these moving averages, convergence, divergences, flipping over, green to red, green to red, green to red, green to red. When it's doing that and it's still trending in one direction, that's a trend trade, guys. This is one of the simplest trades you as a new trader should be able to do and try to master because there's not much change moving. And you got to be able to recognize that. And I told you guys in the course, and I've done it in a couple of videos, when you have the moving average convergence divergence, flipping over red to green, red to green, red to green, red to green, and the price action keeps moving in one direction, that's what defines a trend. Okay. It took me a while to learn that because a lot of these gurus don't break that down. They just tell you, oh, a trend is when the stock is moving upwards in this direction. Like, how do you know that's actually what it's doing? Because it's trading within a range. Okay. And something like this, actually, I'm working on breaking down for you guys a little bit more in the advanced trading course, where we're going to be looking at like price action and stuff. I got a lot of plans to do this stuff for you guys to learn. I'm trying to make this stuff as easy as possible, but understand that I'm just telling you that right here, right now, that this is an actual trend. Okay, pretty easy. Trend trade did Wednesday, kept it safe. I told you guys it was slow. Market was slow. Jay Powell and all those Fed chairs guys are just messing stuff up. But anyways, let's move on to the last one here. TBLT. TBLT just wrapped up the week. Wrapped it up pretty nicely. Okay. Um, can't even complain there. It was a little $1,000 gain for me there. Got about 13%. I jumped in that bad boy at 770, I believe it was. If I'm off on these numbers, guys, just go back and look at the go back and look at the Facebook group. Actually, I'll probably try to put it in the into this video here tutorial for you guys. But I got in at 770, and basically with at that instance, guys, what I was doing there, and this was kind of one of the simplest cheats. I was just waiting for it to break new highs because look, it's Friday. I'm not taking any chances, but price action is price action. As soon as you break your daily high, you're gonna have some momentum there, and that was easy to snatch up a good 13%. Do its little pullback, which it did. It established some more support, stayed around that area, popped on up again. Perfect. Go ahead and take your money. That's it. That simple. That was probably one of the quickest trades I did, all week. But this one wasn't no different than any of the other videos I go over with you guys where one of the things you do, you let, this was opening bell right here, obviously, waiting for a trend to establish. It was kind of trying to make up its mind, broke beneath the VWAP, looked a little bearish, but oh, then it comes in, golden cross right here. So it's going to, it's trying to stay bullish, wait for the pullback, so it gives you some confirmation. Perfect. Now it's, breaking that previous, high from where, it crossed over, which is good. So that's going to keep showing some momentum. Now we just need you to break your daily high for the day. And once you do that, what happens? Bounce on up. All right. Ride that wave. I got into 770. I was waiting. I had my hotkey set, finger on the trigger, seen that volume come in level two, and I just hit the button, let the gains gain. Give it a few minutes, let it ride out, and take your profits. That's all I did. I didn't do nothing special. I didn't have no magic formula. Yeah, I got noted because of the alerts told me to look at TBLT, but that's what the alerts are for, just to tell you. You got to still execute your trades. And if you've been swinging this thing, kudos to you because I mean it went from $4 all the way up to $80. You easily doubled your money overnight. And I know this was alerted a couple of times in the chat room or in the alerts group. So you know, no excuse. All right. You guys, if you're having trouble with, trading, message me, email me, let me know, where you're falling short at because for some of you, it could be some of the simplest little things. For some of you guys are probably doing okay. And again, you're not going to be right 100% of the time. You guys see my stuff, I'm not right 100% of the time. Only reason why I'm right majority of my time is because I've spent years and years and years and years and years doing this. You got a lot to catch up with me, especially if you're new. Okay. So, and then of course, you're going to have your own trading style. We all don't trade the same. I guarantee you that. We can all learn the same stuff. We're not going to trade the same. But it's little things, little nuances you could probably tweak in your trading that can make you much better. And I can help you try to identify that, okay? I've seen, all these little gurus stuff like that try to charge people thousands of dollars to do that. I'm doing this for you for free. Why? 'Cause I just want you to be a better trader. I don't have nothing to do. I make money trading. I don't make money in, anything else. But if I can help you, I can help you. Okay? Cool, cool. All right, guys. Well, that pretty much wraps up. Oh, I wanted to touch on because one of you guys in the chat room asked me about HDK. I think it was who was it that asked me about that? Was it Jason? I think Jason asked me about that. So look, HDK, this thing's been bonkers. I don't know what the heck. And we did honestly we didn't alert that because it was kind of really risky from the beginning. I mean, it was really, really, really risky. Whether you were well, mostly if you were short. If you were long and you guys got in this, I mean, kudos because this thing was, I mean, even from opening it was already kind of like out of the price range for us to even want to alert. And like I said, we try to focus on the small caps that'll make you guys money percentage wise, but this is just one of those anomalies where you could have got in and just rolled this thing and then look, you probably could have got faked out right here, back down to the 30s, and then this thing went all the way up to like 400. I forgot what the catalyst was on it. There was some type of catalyst on it. I don't feel like, looking it up right now and all that good stuff. But anyways, you guys can go do that on your own time. But yeah, HDK, this is going to be, I think, in my opinion, a pretty good short if you got shorts available. And actually, you guys will see that probably on the watch list here in a second after I get everything finished. I am going to be watching this one to short down to the dirt, to be honest with you. I don't care what the catalyst is. I know there's pullback coming. This thing can't just keep going up forever. So shorting stocks is some of the easiest ways to make money in trading if you can find the shares. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the day, guys. If you have any questions for me, like I said, shoot me an email or message me on Facebook at me so I can see it. If you guys are DMing me, I'm not going to see it. More likely it's going to go into my spam folder. So post something in the you know timeline and just say, hey, Eric, I sent you a message so I can go look, okay? But other than that, if you guys need anything, let me know. I'll be here. But until then, look out for the watch list. I'll post them up shortly here and stay green.